Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connie from the TRGP office. I'm your MC today, and it is my pleasure to welcome here this afternoon. 2021 TRGP Student Orientation will start now. Let's take a glance at today's agenda. First, we will have Dr. Meng bring greetings on behalf of Academia Sinica. Second, Ms. Angelina will introduce TRGP regulation. Then Ms. Huan Yi will share the ARC information with you and come along with THB counselor Ms. Dan Luo. She will briefly give you an idea about cross-cultural transitions and the prevention of sexual harassment. And that is not all. We also like to introduce two outstanding graduates who will share their experience with you. Finally, we will have two dorm mentors to share about life at the student dormitory in the neighborhood, such as where to eat and shop. We'd like to remind you again, all the presentation slides we released today have already been saved into PDF files and uploaded to the online folder. You should have already received all the information by email from your program assistant. Please download it freely to meet your needs. Also, the information will be posted on the TRGP website later. So now let's start with the opening remarks by Dr. Tzu Ching Meng, the graduate dean and Director of the Departments of International Affairs of Academia Sinica. Let's welcome Dr. Meng.
Thanks, Connie, and welcome everybody. Under this very difficult and challenging time, as you all experienced, COVID-19 pandemics affect everybody, and our life as well as career has been changed drastically. However, I want to begin by suggesting you that we all take this advantage to make a beneficial change of our life as well as our career development. All right, you guys would listen to many talks today, and the schedule today is very busy. So I would make my opening as short as possible, but certainly I'd like to give you some words, some encouragement. First of all, the decision to enter the PhD study marks a very drastic change of your life. And this could be the best time in your life. But at the same time, this is also perhaps the most challenging moment in your life. Looking ahead of you, there are many new tasks that you never experienced in the past. I just named some of you. For example, you are going to start with many courses, and many courses far away from your previous training. And the other thing, which is also related to the pandemic, many of you are going to join the courses through the online video or the virtual events. So all these things are quite different from what you had in the past. So from this moment, you have to make your heart very strong. This is not going to be easy, especially for the first year. You could join the courses for next few months through the online event. And the learning experience will be quite different from all your education in the past. And many of us, including our faculty members, are still in the process to adopt the new measurement of the online courses. So we would need your feedback and also your suggestions to make the online courses quite smooth in the operation. So this is the first thing we like to remind you, that the courses will be quite different from your past experience. And once you go through the courses, certainly there will be a qualified exam. There could be rotations for many of you. Then you will need to perform research for quite a few years. then publication, and finally you will reach to the time to defend your thesis. So all this will be challenging for sure. None of those tasks will be easy. So as I said, making your heart really strong and make your mind quite clear in pursuing this career is essential at this moment. So by saying this, I want to remind every one of you to think about 3 whys. The first why is why you're going to pursue a PhD, why this is important to you. If you never thought about this, I suggest that you take some time in next few months to think clearly, why do you need a PhD? Since this career is very challenging, as I said, in next few years, you will go through many steps, and each step may be the most difficult in your life. So you have to ask yourself clearly why a PhD is needed for your life, for your career. So this is the first why. And the second why is why Taiwan. Many of you, including domestic students, as well as international students, many of you should have a lot of options to study PhD in many countries. But why do you choose Taiwan? And I wish you make this decision very clear in your mind as well. Otherwise, you will experience cultural shock. You will experience all different kind of things in Taiwan compared to your previous life experience. So if you do not have a clear reason to stay in Taiwan for PhD study for many years, you may be disappointed. You may feel very frustrated, especially for international students. If you don't know much about Taiwan yet, you still have a chance to look through all information needed online and ask your student fellows who already spent time in Taiwan, or ask friends around who ever met Taiwanese people or who ever visited Taiwan in the past. So this will be also the decision for many of you to spend few years in a different country. So please make the second why also quite clear in your mind. Then certainly the third why is why Academia Sinica. In Taiwan, there are many universities that are available for PhD study, but you guys selected Academia Sinica. Why is that? Was the reason clear to you already or not clear yet? So make the third why also a very definite answer in your mind. Otherwise, as I said for the second point, just like the selection of a country, a selection of a main venue, an institute for your PhD study is also a lifetime experience. Certainly, I can tell you some of our perspectives why Academia Sinica. If we can move to the next slide. As you can see here, in 2021, we have near 2,000 applicants who were interested in TIGP. And out of 2,000, we only took 154. So this certainly gives us a very proud reason that TIGP is doing well. So we got a very low percentage of admission. And you guys were selected by our faculties. And congratulations on the first successful step to join Academia Sinica. And let's move to the next slide. So here you can see the distribution of nationalities among students. Also in 2021, we have students coming from 21 countries, which is remarkable. And you can see all your fellow students coming from various regions around the world. So certainly this makes Academia Sinica a very international community. And you guys would learn things from each other, not only Taiwanese students, but also fellows coming from other regions in the world. So these are good reasons to join Academia Sinica, since internationalized community is one of our goals, to set up a very high standard of research as well as living environment on campus here. And you would listen to many talks later on, which also introduce how much care we would like to give to you guys to make sure that you live here well, you learn things well here, and you can experience Taiwanese culture well. But these are the reasons from our perspective. And I suggest each of you also think about a good reason or two so that you join Academia Sinica for good. So again, 3 whys. I urge each of you keep thinking those questions, not only in next few months, but in next few years. And what we wish is that when you finish your PhD study here, maybe 2-3 years, maybe 5-6 years, then you feel very satisfied being here. And by then, once you finish your defense, you can be very proud. You can tell your juniors that you made a right choice, and you can recommend your juniors to select TIGP, to select Taiwan, and select Academia Sinica as well. All right, so these are the words I want to share with you today. And many of my colleagues spent quite a lot of effort and time to prepare the materials in this orientation. So I'm sure that you will receive very rich information in next few hours. But don't be so anxious. If you cannot take notes, that's fine. We will going to post all the slides being used today in TIGP website. So you can always go there to retrieve information. And once you reach to Taiwan, feel welcome to stop by our office. And we have all staff members there to answer your questions, to provide the necessary services. And today you are going to also meet the program secretaries online. So each of you belong to one of 13 programs. So you also need those secretaries to work together with you in next few years during your PhD study. So these are the programs we provide you today. And any questions after the orientation, feel free to write down and send us back through the online questionnaires. All right, so these are what I want to tell you, and welcome again. And I hope to meet you in person pretty soon. Thanks.
Thanks for Dr. Meng's inspiring speech. As most